Question: what the heck is going on with stockpiling? Back in a minute. Hi, this is Jan from New York City. My channel name is Jan from New York City Saves Money. How's everybody doing today? Hope you're doing well. If you're brand new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you're a veteran viewer and subscriber here, a sincere and humble thank you, thank you, thank you. Hope that everybody's doing well, especially this brand new year, 2022. What is going on with stockpiling? I think more people are beginning to take it a little bit more seriously. You know, when I was first learning about stockpiling, I always had enough for at least 2 weeks, and I thought that that was like good enough. Well, you live in the city, you'll never have a problem. That is wrong, because I learned a lot in the last few months by some really well-versed channels here that that's the wrong way to think, because we had this experience too. After Superstorm Sandy, and the tunnels and the bridges were closed, and the truck could not get into the city, and other workers either. We had a bit of a slowdown. I was grateful that at least I had the 2 weeks. Other people even laughed because they didn't even have the 2 weeks. They were laughing when my mom and I went to stock up before the storm was predicted and before the bad stuff happened. They laughed all the way to knocking on my door and needing some help. And we helped them out. I know you heard that story before, but for anyone brand new. Now, let's see what we're going to focus on today. All right. So, as you know, I had a recent haul, and I'm learning, like I said, and some well-meaning people, and I thank you for it, reminded me of something. It's time to really start rotating some of the cans. Because believe it or not, thanks to the wonderful influence of a few channels here, specifically Rhoda Stone and the At Home with Lynn Wilson channel, just want to mention a few things. I cannot believe I started my stockpile back in August. It is already now about 6 months. Can you imagine 6 months? So I'm going to use the 6 months as like the line of demarcation. So basically, it's really, really important, especially if you're new to doing this. I'm still like a teensy weensy toddler at it. I admit it. Not only do I know not much, but at least I'm trying. All right, but it is really important to keep the expiration on dates of the food in mind. Keep that in check. Not that you have to memorize every single date. If you know, for example, if I know these 2 cans of brand chili have been sitting here for quite some time, which they have, since I started the stockpile, I think it's time to get into it and start using it. So the next time I have a no-spend week, I'm going to do that. These cans of mushrooms I know are brand new, and you may have seen them in a previous video not long ago. And just to mention, I want to start emphasizing some other items that are not food related that I began to stock up on. So let me get it. Before I show you the whole thing of it, for the millionth time, no, I don't, I'm not doing a sponsored ad for this company, but this stuff is just like the other one, the Cadillac of paper towel that begins with a B. And by the way, I checked into it. It pretty much is that paper. Just saying, not getting into it fully. See, here's what I picked up. Whoops. You hear a box that just fell. Here's what I picked up. Ta-da. Okay, so now my stockpile is going to contain 15 rolls of this product, because now I'm not only shifting gears a little bit, because now I'm concerning myself with stuff that is non-food related. So I got that. In addition, just grabbing it, this. So my continuation of what I call the saving stockpile, it's good to have plenty of paper. It's good to have plenty of bathroom tissue. Now we're getting into the serious part of the winter season, when it starts getting snowy and icy, we just never ever know if there's going to be something interrupting anything. I also purchased more water. I'm not going to lift that up. You know what water looks like. But so sort of like part 2 of my growing pantry is going to include, and as you see evidence of, bathroom tissue. I want to work on the toiletries, hair care products, toothpaste, um, paper goods, toiletries, toothpaste, shampoo, and also, what is this word? I can't even read my own writing sometimes. I admit that. Okay, ointments, band-aids, things of that nature. Why? Because you just never know. You might think did it ever occur to you sometimes you figure, oh, I have plenty of such and such. You really think you do. And then you go to look in your working or active pantry and you're like, uh, not true. So therefore, no. So this year, I'm going to expand my stockpile into the non-edibles. Of course, I'm going to continue on with this naturally. Let me see. Do I have enough hot chocolate? Now, why is hot chocolate so important? Because there may be a cold, dreary day when all you want to do is make a bunch of this and kick back. Grandkids come over. What grandkid doesn't like hot chocolate? Seriously? I know mine do. Also, I could offer kids, my grandkids, the most fanciest meals ever. What are they perfectly happy with? The simple stuff. So let's say, for example, oh, would you like a can of overstuffed ravioli? They're like, okay. They're totally fine with it. But if I didn't have it, I can't offer it. I still say this. Another thing, you can't get enough value out of these. So even just for the fun, let's say if the quote end of quote baking experience, if you have like a young your grandchild or whatever, you can introduce them to the easiest way to put something together with this kind of a mix. It makes for a fun afternoon. Make muffins. You can make a loaf, whatever. I like to do it. I like to make that in the form of a loaf. So I'll take that same box. I'll take 2 eggs, a half a cup of milk. Of course, I spray the loaf pan. It comes out really nicely. I do it at 350 at, I believe it's either 18 or 17 minutes. Somewhere between, it could even be a little longer, 18 to 20. You check your oven. Comes out like cornbread. It's my shortcut version. I call it cornbread, but real cornbread people even say, that's not cornbread. Let me see what else is down here. I keep these packages of emergency tea and little coffees. Somebody might come by, they're running a little low. Oh, take this home. Stop up, come in. I have no problem with that. In fact, it's one of my greatest joys if I could help someone else. You see, all this started with just somebody said, how do you start a stockpile? And I'm going to give them the same answer every time. 1 can at a time. I know you've been hearing a lot of stockpile talk. Are you convinced you have to start one? I'm in a New York apartment and I could still do it. Now, was I born with this like this? No, I wasn't born with this like this. I had to create this over time since August. So what I did was I spent about $5 a haul. I just put it away. And anyone could try to do that. If you can only get $1 worth, by the way, you could start from your own direct working pantry. So you know what? I have too many cans of such and such in this working pantry. Take 1 can out. Oh, I have 5 boxes of pasta in my working pantry. Take 1 box out. Remove it. Put it into a separate area. Anyone can start a stockpile right now. So think of it like that. Something goes wrong, there's a financial interruption, there's an inclement weather interruption, stockpile. You don't feel like cooking something too fancy? Grab a can of something, heat it up. It happens. This is real life. So just thought I'd give you an update. It's not as neat as it normally is because I have to work through it. And of course I work through it. And this is real life. It's not going to always look perfectly aligned. That would be silly, right? How many of you have a perfectly aligned stockpile at all times? If you do, God bless you. It wouldn't be me. Now, I have yet to touch this. And I know this is good because I've used it. I'm staying away from this. I can smell it from here, the vanilla. Yum. I know this tastes delicious, so I absolutely have to reserve this for a special treat. So here you go. I'll tell you one thing. You know what? I needed peanut butter the other day. And then I said, oh, gee, I'm out of it in my working pantry. So I just walked in here and took it out just like that. It is a good, secure feeling to know that the things you need are there. And now with the paper, sounds good to me. So I'm good with paper for quite a while. I always keep 2 of the cases of Poland Spring water always constantly available, but then I replenish another 2 for as if an actively using one. But the other 2 are for emergency use only. I rotate those out. If I understand that water starts going bad, even a bottled one, after 6 months. Is that true? Does anybody know anything like that? Let me know and share your experience with bottled water in the comment section below. Thank you so much for being here. I really do appreciate your time. I'm going to look for my outro and come back with a wave. Thank you so much. Have an amazing, fantastic day full of lots of paper. Take good care, everybody. Goodbye.